Hello and welcome to this week's Tharstern Techchat. Today I'm very pleased to be joined by our workflow solution specialist, John Murphy. Hi, John.
Hi there. How are you, Ross?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Very good indeed. So, John, I just wanted to follow on from last week in the Tharstern Techchat. We looked about kind of content delivery and how we can get the artwork, streamline that process of getting the artwork in and centralising it and managing it. So I thought this week will make sense to maybe look at what we do as the next step. So we've got the artwork. It's in a nice central location. It's attached to the job. We all know where it is. What about the next step in the workflow in terms of the pre-flighting, John, to making sure that the artwork that we've got is what we're expecting. It matches with the job. Is there a way that we can streamline that process as well?
So Ross, there's so typically with a manual pre-flight workflow, what will happen is the job will get booked in, get delivered into the workflow, it will be looked at pre-press. It may be in a pile of jobs to be looked at. Well, the very simple process pre-flighting on the whole. I mean, most of the stuff is flagged up pretty easily now and pretty quickly. So the idea that it is a manual process feels like a mistake to me because you're losing valuable time. And by the time the guy in the pre-press gets hold of it, he's then going to find the issue and then send an email or walk in and say something else. And now you might be embarrassed. It might have been in there 5 hours. You've only got 8 hours to get the job manufactured or whatever. You've now got to go back to them and say, "Oh, there's a problem." It all feels a bit wrong. So what we encourage people to do, and that we worked on in a couple of cases, is to sort of do a pre-workflow pre-flight. So actually very quickly chuck the file through some very simple checks, fonts missing, images 72 DPI, the stuff that would definitely force a job not to work. And while you're at it, very importantly, we would recommend, if you've got a product that suits it, is that you do an intelligent pre-flight on those files. So instead of pre-flighting them against standards that you set beforehand of image resolution and so on and so forth, keyline thickness, but actually that you draw data from the database, from our database, to go and check it. So the one I always said, the big three are the one I call the big three. And the reason I call them the big three is not that they're any worse or more difficult than any others, but they're the ones that directly affect the cost of the product. So the first one is page geometry. So does this page match the page that I've put in my estimate? Is it twice the size? Is it half the size? Is it a different shape entirely? Obviously that's going to require a re-estimate or it's going to require the artwork to be modified. Second thing is the page count, obviously a big one. So I'm expecting this to be 28 pages and what I've got is 32, which again will affect the estimate. Or we might have the wrong artwork, or you might have something that's been delivered to you as spreads, along those lines, which actually should have been picked up in the page count or in the page geometry. And then the final one would be the colors. So a bit looser, this one really, because often you'll be given jobs that are 5, 6, 7 colors, and you'll convert them to CMYK. But it's definitely worth a punt. There is a color in here. Do you want me to think? And of course, because it's happening super quick, like at the point that you've attached the content in essence to the job, because it's happening super quick, you're not losing any face with the customer. In fact, you're doing the complete opposite. You're showing how swift crumbs. I only sent them that 10 minutes ago and they're back to me already, and they've got that. It just paints the right image, paints the right profile. And as all these things, having this intelligent pre-flight working as an internal tool opens up the gateway to open it up to your customers at some point. So actually they might have a capability of people being able to look at their own pre-flight. Now I know that's a holy grail. A lot of people won't want to get involved, but there are opportunities there if you want to do it. And of course, if you've got a web to print solution or something like that, being able to repurpose or reuse that functionality with them and feed that stuff back could be really useful. I mean, could be genuinely really useful and time saving.
Yeah, definitely. So it sounds like that it's an opportunity to streamline the actual process itself, making that a bit more automated, but also an opportunity to potentially increase your revenue by capturing the discrepancies,
or certainly not lose revenue. That's the thing. I mean, I've been on sites where a problem has been picked up so far down and so close to the delivery date that the owners of the business, the ones who were after the money more than anything, are just, oh, don't worry, just get it through. I can't go back to them now. It's that timely intervention, Ross. It's the only way that you stand any chance of being able to do it.
Yeah. Very good indeed. And of course, I guess this is something that if somebody wanted to have a demonstration of, see how it works in action, that's something you could do as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a couple of ways of doing it. We've got a couple of different products that do it, obviously predominantly Enfocus Switch, but there are others available.
Yeah. You sound like you work for the BBC now.
Yeah, I don't work for those, definitely.
Cool. All right, John. Well, thank you very much for that. I think that's been really helpful. I hope those of you who watched have found it useful as well. If you do have any questions, then please do get in touch. And if you have any questions or ideas you'd like to answer in the Tharstern Techchat, then please do meet us in the comments below. Thanks now.